Here in Arizona, wildfire season starts early, usually mid to late April, and runs into July when our monsoons start. So here it is, April 9th, and I'm in kind of a hurry to get a bunch of pottery fired before they put fire restrictions in place, and kind of shuts me down until the monsoons come. So I've got a few pots I want to fire here today before fire restrictions. And fire restrictions could go into place within the next few days. There's already some wildfires burning here in Arizona, so I'm always careful with fire, of course, but once those restrictions are in place, it's illegal to start a fire out here. So I'm gonna try to get these fired here today and get wrapped up, and then I probably won't be able to fire again after this until July or August.
Summer's here and the time is right for hanging around with you all night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's nowhere that I'd rather be, and no one who I'd rather see than you.
This is what's called the primary fire. This is just building a bed of coals that then I'll stack the pottery on top of. So I'm gonna let the pottery preheat around the fire while I build that bed of coals. The preheating of the pottery is extremely important to reduce breakage in outdoor firing like this. So I'm gonna let it sit here and warm up, and then I'll turn it around, make sure it heats on the bottom and the top and the sides, all over, until they're ready to actually build the fire that's gonna fire the pots, which we call the secondary fire. Okay, I've got my pots all heated up. I've got a bed of coals built up. I'm ready to stack the pots over the coals and then the wood over the pots and get this done. Let me show you what I have to fire here real quick. This is a Cibola whiteware pitcher that I made in the Ancient Potters Club in February. This is a white on red duck effigy vessel that I made in the Ancient Potters Club the last week of March. And this is my double jar that I made for the Ancient Pottery Challenge. If you don't know what the Ancient Pottery Challenge is, I'll put the link to that video right up here and you can watch that. If you're interested in the Ancient Potters Club, that's a group of potters and students who meet together on Wednesday evening to learn about making ancient pottery and to make different vessels together. If you want to know more about the Ancient Potters Club, I'll put the link to that down in the doobly-doo. Now this is what we call kiln furniture. These are flat pieces of sandstone that I'm going to stack the pots on top of over the coals. I've had these warming in the fire too, just in case there's any moisture in these. There's less likelihood of it breaking in the fire. I generally stack the pottery upside down so it holds in more heat. That also puts the decorated side down facing. So when the coals fall, they're more likely to fall on the bottoms that aren't decorated and avoid leaving blemishes on the painted decoration. A lot of times, especially when I have decorated pottery, I like to cover the pile completely with cover sherds, but I don't have enough now. They've just broken and gotten old, so I need to make myself some more cover sherds to use for this. For the rest of the pile, I'm just going to let those fire clouds fall wherever they will. Got 840 right on the top of my my white pot, my pitcher. So as this is burning the coals, you can see that the wood is crumbling down and laying on top of the pottery. And if you don't stack carefully, at this point, as the wood starts to break, it can fall away from the pottery, and that's what you don't want. It's going to give it a better soak. My pitcher is 701, right on the outside there. 740, 680. We're right in the 700 range. My double jar, I can see here. If I can get close enough, the heat's kind of coming at me there. Now you can see. I've got about 650, and the duck pot. If I can find my dots. There we go. About 625 there on the duck. As they cool, the reds will become redder. Started nice and hard. Just gotta let them cool off. They've got a little bit of carbon deposits on them. You can see on this side of the pitcher there's a little bit, and a couple places on here, just a little dark. And it probably had to do with that wind we kept getting, that squirrely wind. Not much you can do about that because it wasn't blowing before I started the firing, and it just picked up. And honestly, it's hardly blowing at all now, but that's how it is sometimes. Luck of the draw. You can see they've been turning red just as I've been putting the fire out. They're getting redder. A lot of that ash and char and ash will just wipe off. Ooh, still warm. Right through the glove, it's warm. All right, let's see what we got on this firing real quick. The pitcher fired nice and hard. Looks real good. I've got a little bit of crackling. I got my slip too thick in places. But, you know, overall, real nice. The duck pot came out real good. I thought it was going to have more carbon on it when I first pulled it out than it appears to have now. Got a nice bright red. So that came out real nice. White on red. I don't usually do white on red, but some of my students were asking about prehistoric white on red, and it got me motivated to try it. So came out pretty good. Now I've got another duck pot. I've got the one I made for the Ancient Pottery Challenge. That's not this one, it's larger. And that one's painted with Solado polychrome designs. And so I'm gonna have to wait and fire that probably July or August at this point because of fire restrictions. But it's at home drying, and I'll have that ready by then. And then the double jar, which was for the Ancient Pottery Challenge. Fired nice and hard. It came out good. I don't see any cracks in it, and I was really worried where the handle and where the two lobes attach that I would crack, you know, from drying, or that there would be a weakness that would come out in the firing, and I don't see it. The painting, this was a prehistoric design on this side, and I thought I would mix it up and do them both kind of similar but different. But now I wish I'd have done the design on this side on both sides, because I think this side came out better. But in my head, it made sense. When I did it, you know, maybe a little less. It's still good. It's just I wish I'd done the same on both sides. But came out nice. So I've got 3 good pots out of this. Successful firing, got it done before fire restrictions, which, you know, could be next week for all I know. There are several fires burning in Arizona right now, and it's just a matter of time. If you like this video, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. That helps me know you like it, helps me know to make more videos like this. If you're interested in learning more about outdoor pottery firing, check out this video over here, which is going to show a different pottery firing I did using some different techniques. I appreciate you coming along with me today. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.